Jai Shri Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Chandramukhi chanchal chit chori, Sugar savara surat bori, Shyama Shyama ekasi jori, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Pancharang Chunar Keshar Kyari, Pat Pitambar Kamar Kari, Ek Rupa Anupam Chavi Pyari, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Chandra Chandrika Cham Cham Chamke, Mora Mukut Sir Dam Dam Damke, Yugal Prema Rasa Cham Cham Chamke, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Kasturi Kumkum Jut Binda, Chandra Charuti Lak Braja Chanda, Sarad Ladili Lal Sunanda, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Radha Radha Krishna Kanhaiya, Bhav Bhaya Sagar Par Lagaya, Mangal Murti Moksha Karaya, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah, Shri Radha Krishna Ye Namah. Good morning all. Welcome to Co-Creating Your Reality, where today we discuss the principle of gender and the sociological concept of gender, right? The hermetic principle of gender or sex, right? You all know this is a tricky conversation again, right? This is a tricky conversation again, but I will do my best in bringing out my perspective, which may or may not be close to the truth. You use your own deciphering tool, God-given deciphering tool known as your mind, and discern, right? So I will bringing the concept here, I will talk further on the concept of Radha and Krishna to elaborate on this concept of gender or sex, right? Now, the Hermetic principle of gender basically says that everything and everyone has two basic properties, which is a masculine property and a feminine property, right? Masculine and feminine property, right? Within all of us, there are masculine properties, or there's a masculine element, and within all of us, there's a feminine element. The masculine element really is that aspect of us that represents courage, that represents standing up for that which is right, that represents action, taking action, right? Which is, action is what drives, propels evolution, right? Taking action is that which propels evolution. Lack of action is that which holds back evolution, right? So this is the masculine property, masculine element. The feminine aspect is that nurturing aspect, the loving aspect, the nurturing and the loving aspect, right? Or the care, right? The deep-seated care, which actually drives the action that propels evolution, right? So within all of us, and also a feeling, right? Which is a major emotion, right? Feeling or emotion, which is, well, care, emotion, and not only care, but feeling, deeply feeling all emotions, right? Emotion, care, loving, nurturing, that aspect of ourselves, right? And this is the care that actually propels you to take the right action that is necessary to propel evolution, the process of evolution, right? So the goal of this life, or the goal, your goal, one's goal, anyone's goal, should really be to harmonize that masculine and feminine aspects, right? I spoke about this last year as well in the previous set of videos, which I deleted, but that was the time when you all were thinking I was crazy and shit, right? So I will reinvent the way that I present it. I am reinventing the way that I present it, right? And I don't give a shit what you all think anyhow, again, anymore, like I used to, right? So what should be the goal of us all as individual free agents who are supposed to be living in a free world, in a free society, is to harmonize the masculine and feminine energy within us, right? So a couple of videos ago, you all would have seen the masculine element to me, right? In which I was talking about industrial sociology. And like I was saying, fucking up the people who fuck up everybody else, right? Right? Fucking up the people who fuck up everybody else, right? That is an aspect of taking charge, taking control, taking action, right? Getting angry for right reasons, right? The masculine component, the masculine property of who we are and who we all have inside, and who we are being asked to bring out or to emerge in situations when it's necessary. You know, sometimes people see people getting angry and think, oh, this person crazy, this person have some mental illness. So somebody getting angry, real angry, right? And other people will say, oh, you mentally unstable, right? Jackasses, right? It is necessary to get angry in instances where you are supposed to get angry for, right? It is necessary to get angry in circumstances where you are supposed to get angry for. So when police raid your home, violation of property rights, right? Violation of your privacy. Police come turning over everything, including your panty drawer, right? When people come ganging up on you for no reason at all, right? You are supposed to get angry for that, right? It's not about any kind of forgiveness. It's not about any kind of you could personally choose to forgive and move on, but as a law, as a hermetic principle, and the law of cause and effect states that nobody, including so-called children of God, right? Nobody is exempt from the consequences of our actions, right? Of your actions, right? You could hold yourself in however high fucking esteem you want to. Nobody is exempt from the consequences of your action, right? So sending police by people's house, the police themselves taking action and actually listening and following those orders from my people's house, right? Don't be surprised when these said things turn back on you. Don't be surprised when these said things turn back on you and you start to experience these things tenfold, right? Just saying, because for you to be a dumb clown, right? And just imagine, you all like to call people like us little girls and we can do nothing, right? Little smallie, little shorty, shorty this, that, smallie this, that, right? Oh, there's a little Indian girl, there's a little coolie girl, what she could do, right? Oh, right? Well, I actually have the power to do that which 99.99, 100% of you all in the police service have been unable to do, right? I have the ability to do that which 100% of you in the police service have been severely unable to do, right? And that is to harmonize my masculine and feminine energy, which is something that if you all had done or you all know how to do, right, you all would never raid anybody's house again, right? You all will never raid anybody's house again, right? For no reason at all, right? And that is the step up that I have above you all, right? That's the advantage that I have above you all, because if you have the ability to harmonize your masculine and feminine energy, there's not a single bone in your body, right, that will propel you to do some shit like that, right? There's not a single bone in your body to do some shit like that. So on the topic of Radha and Krishna now, people think Radha and Krishna is, oh, this religious love story, this religious story that you read in some fucking fable bullshit religious whatever it is that you all want to believe in your fantasy world that Radha and Krishna is. That is not Radha and Krishna, right? Radha and Krishna is a representative of something, right? Represents something. It represents the harmonization. As I said, Radha and Krishna is really one person, right? And it represents the harmonizing of your masculine and your feminine vibration, your masculine and feminine properties, right? That is what Radha and Krishna is. Is also people, as I said, could be all of us, right? But is also individually us. Radha and Krishna is us as individuals. And then when we can harmonize the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, right? Then we become a healthy human being, right? Because you are, if it is that you face a situation like what I face, like the police raid, right? And you just keep quiet about it. Oh, I forgive them. Oh, God will deal with that, right? What kind of God do you really believe in, right? God give us the faculties to deal with people like this, right? God give us the faculties to effectively deal with people like this, right? And that is why you need to, right, who looking at this video right now, you need to fucking develop the courage, the willpower, right, to be able to defend yourself with regard to police injustice and likewise any other element of this bullshit state system or agents of the state, right? Develop your courage, right? Who cares who thinks you are crazy? Who cares who thinks that you are crazy, right? In circumstances of injustice, you are called to emerge, re-emerge, bring out, elevate the masculine aspect of your being, which is courage, which is will, which is drive, which is action, which is speaking, right? Emerge that aspect of your internal being and speak, right? Because if you don't speak out about these things, and if you remain quiet like a little puss, a little wuss, right, in situations of dire injustice, right, happening to you, happening to the people you love, so on, which could be the whole wide world, right, happening to the whole wide world, and you choose to remain silent about it, one, it makes you a wuss, it makes you a puss, right? It makes you someone who is just willing to have a steamroller freaking rolled over you, right? So in order for you to actually be a healthy human being, you need to activate that part of your brain that makes you get angry in circumstances where you are supposed to get angry, right? You need to activate the part of your brain that makes you get angry in circumstances that's supposed to get angry. Because frankly, when these things happen to people and they don't get angry for it, when these things happen and people don't get angry for it, people think, oh, that person's so calm, that person's so nice, right? No, that is the quality that makes people take advantage of you, right? That is the quality in you that makes people roll over you, step over you, walk over you, take fucking advantage of you, right? Remaining silent in circumstances in which you are supposed to speak up, right? So people often wonder, and I have family members and so on, so often say like we're so nice, oh, why people is always do this to us, why people is always do that to us, right? Because, you know why? It's the pussy qualities, right? That saying, oh, let me just forgive, right? Let me just let that slide, right? No, nothing slides, and nothing is about to slide, right? Nothing slides and nothing is about to slide, which is the law of cause and effect, right? Law principle, whatever it is, the truth of cause and effect. Nothing slides and nothing is about to slide, right? So when you have people remaining silent about things that actually do matter, and you are supposed to be angry, right? People claim to love and care about people, right? But then when they see people going through injustice and they shut up about it, where's the care in that? Where's the love in that, right? You are supposed, and if you don't get angry and act in self-defense, right? If you don't get angry and act in self-defense, right? For that which unjust actions have been perpetuated against you, then you have that is when you have an unstable mind. That is when you have a non-integrated masculine and feminine energy, right? That is when you have a non-integrated masculine and feminine energy, right? And no amount of weed, no amount of psychedelics, no amount of ayahuasca, no amount of nothing, right, could bring that out in you, except for you bringing that out of you and yourself, right? You need to bring that out of you and yourself, right? So this is what this video is about, the hermetic principle of gender, right? As opposed to what leftist sociology is pushing right now, right? The agenda. Now, as I say, I have nothing wrong in who people choose to be or what people choose to identify as. You could identify as a clown, which the whole world has been identifying with from time immemorial, right? The whole world has been identifying as clowns, and identifying to the point that you actually are clowns, right? So I don't care if you choose to identify as a clown, right? You could be a man choosing to identify as a woman choosing to identify as a man. Nobody cares, right? But do the right thing, stand up for the right thing, defend yourself when necessary. And this, I will incorporate the concept of self-defense here too, because we've been talking about non-violence, and non-violence being the path and the only pathway to God, right? Does non-violence mean somebody coming and pointing a gun to your head and you just sitting back and saying, yeah, kill me, yeah, shoot me, right? Shoot me, I offer myself to God, right? Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. God say that, oh, if you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama in the end times, in the age of Kali Yuga, you know, this is another bullshit theory, right? That we somehow, I don't know where people get this concept from, right? But oh, once you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, you will automatically attain liberation. No fool, right? If somebody come and pointing a gun to your head, fucking defend yourself, right? Shit. So this, I'm not going to call it movement, but it's individual action that I am taking through my series of videos here, right? This individual action through my series of videos. You all will hear me chanting at the beginning or end of every video, right? Now, as you all realize by now, my chanting or my singing, right, have absolutely nothing to do with the typical religious Hare Krishna, because of course I have a close affiliation to Krishna, as you all would have realized, right? As you all would have realized by now, right? I have an insanely close relationship with Krishna, right? So who is Krishna? Krishna is inseparable from Radha. Radha is inseparable from Krishna, right? Who is Krishna? Krishna is not the Hare Krishna, Hare Rama movement. It's not the false consciousness. This is a Marxist term I will use here. It's not the false consciousness, the false spiritual consciousness that have you all parading on the streets and selling Hare Rama, Hare Krishna books for donations, right? It's not that, right? It's not dancing the hypnotic trances that you will try to get people in when Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and dancing on the whole street and singing and parading and wearing a ticker on your head and dressing in your long skirts or gowns or whatever. It's not that, right? It is not that. It is actively being an active participant in the world that we currently reside in and standing up to the bullies that bully people every single day, right? It is being an active participant in the world that we currently reside in, the 3D world that we reside in, and bullying back the bullies that bully everybody else, right? As I was saying, people would look at some people like me, right? And people would look at some people like myself and be like, oh, she's short, 4 feet 11, what she could do, right? She's so small, a little Indian girl from the back of God back, right? From behind God back, what she could do, right? Well, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, right? I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, which 99.9% of people out there don't know, right? And through taking moral action and through teaching moral action, I have been able to harmonize my masculine and feminine energy such that I can reflect both when the time calls for it, such that I can effectively and actively reflect both when the time calls for it, right? Which everybody is encouraged to do, right? Which everybody is encouraged to do, right? Like I said, it is the only path to true healing, and true healing from the root as well. If you don't want band-aid healing, if you don't want to heal using take smoking marijuana every day, right? That is not going to, it is band-aid healing, right? It is band-aid healing. Speaking out, right? Speaking out and just speak, right? You don't have to initially even make sense, but you will come to make sense, right? You will come to eventually make sense, right? So, like I was saying, I sing Krishna songs every damn day, right? I sing Krishna songs every day, right? Who is Krishna? Krishna, people have this idea of Krishna as, oh, this sweet, loving God, this kind God who will hold me in his arms and who will forgive me for all my mistakes, and who like Jesus as well. This is fucked up. Everybody thinks about Jesus forgives. Jesus died for my sins. Krishna will cuddle me in his arms forever. No, son, right? That is not what it is, right? Yes, there's the aspect of Christ, there's the aspect of Krishna, there's the aspect of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them all, right? There's an aspect to God, right? That will cuddle us, that will embrace us, that will hold us in his or her arms, right? But only until we stand up and recognize that power, and when we realize that power or that caring for ourselves, that's something that we can actually do for ourselves as adult human beings, right? That we can actually heal our own inner childhood wounds for our own selves, and we could stand up on our 2 feet, right? And we can effectively war on our own, because that is the aspect of Christ and Krishna and Muhammad that they don't teach, right? That is the aspect of Christ, Krishna, Muhammad that they don't teach, right? The aspect of these prophets who war, right? And who will go to war for the sake of that which is right, right? Who will go to war for the sake of that which is right, right? That is the aspect that we don't learn about. So that's why we learn about, oh, Christ died for my sins, and I must forgive this one who do me wrong. I must forgive that one who do me wrong, right? No clown. The biggest lesson from Christ is, as you sow, so shall you reap. The biggest lesson from Krishna is the law of cause and effect. Same damn thing, right? It is a universal principle, a universal law, right? And for us to be able to successfully navigate this thing that we call life, we need to be able to harmonize our internal and our internal masculine and feminine energies, right? We need to be able to harmonize our internal masculine and feminine energies so that we can stand up when need be for that which is right. And we could pull back, withdraw ourselves, reflect, feel, right? Draw on our own emotions to receive answers when need be. And when you combine both these properties, both these principles together, you realize that even if you have no friend, no family member, no nothing standing by you, you have yourself standing by you, and that's what you really need, right? You have yourself, you're activated, you're internally awakened aspects of you that does not require the validation or the support of any other human being on the face of this earth. Yes, we need people to survive. We need people. We need networks. We need people to survive, right? But I'm talking about people to have our back, to be there cuddling us, to be there saying, oh, you fall down a little bit on your knees, come, let me dust your feet for you, let me you fall down and just get a little bruise, oh gosh, let me go by the doctor, right? You don't need this kind of nonsense, right? Because there are certain things that you could do and certain ways of being that you could be on your own, right? On your own, right? And it's not, and when you have two people, because Radha and Krishna is the internal component of self, and then there's Radha and Krishna externally, which could be anybody, which could be any two people who embody these characteristics, right? Who is willing to embody these characteristics, the nurture and loving aspects, in addition to the aspect of yourself that can get angry or become angry when the need arises, right? And when those two forces combine, it is a hell of a force to be reckoned with, right? So I might be chanting and singing beginning and end of all my videos, right? Radha songs, Krishna songs, Radha and Krishna songs, right? It does not mean that I am participating in any bullshit religious fable story, right? I might be creating my own, who knows, right? But I am not participating in the religious aspect of it, which is the reason why society is in the state of slavery that it is in currently, right? Which is the reason why society is in the state that it is in currently, where people choose to be dumb, deaf, silent to the injustice that's happening around them and in the wider world, right? Where people choose to remain isolated from. And that's why I say that I will be returning to Trinidad, right? Because right now I've taken a break, right? Working every day doing this, but I've taken a break, right? As I say, change of occupation as rest. I've taken a break and I'm isolated here in nature, but I will be returning safely, right, to my home country, which is Trinidad and Tobago, in the midst of all the injustices, right? Because it makes no sense. I'll say this and I'll say this loud and clear. It makes no sense learning and becoming all of this, right? Just learning, embodying all this, these things that have been presented in my videos and so on, and you're just choosing to remain in a place where, oh, I'm not seeing nobody, I'm not interacting with nobody, I'm not dealing up with nobody, right? I will be returning home to my source, which is returning to the place I was born, right? And we will continue living life from that space.